Okay, hi. Okay, so let's cut some lilacs. The best thing to do is to bring the best equipment with you, so you're prepared. It's a really tough job, but it'll be a lot easier if you have the right stuff. So let's start with shoes, because it's a big hill. My sons have worn cleats up and down, or good heavy boots. Something where you're protected from the elements and protect your feet.
Makes it easier to get up and down the hill with the cleats.
Absolutely. The other really important thing is a pair of clippers. You should also bring a pair of big clippers for the bigger chunks.
Loppers.
You won't need these very much, but it's nice to have them. If it rains, you're going to need slickers. You're going to need long sleeve shirts always, but in the rain, you'll need to like seal them up so the water doesn't all run down your arm. That ought to do it. Let's move
long
to the lilacs.
shirts.
Long sleeve shirts always.
Because you get scratched up.
Because you get scratched up otherwise. And sunscreen. You need to bring some sunscreen because it's hot. You should probably have hats. Should probably, if you have long hair, tie that back.
And we'll have snacks and fruit, but it's a good idea to maybe bring something more substantial for lunch.
Yes, and we have a refrigerator in the patio that you're welcome to keep your lunch in if you want. And we'll have lots of, we have lots of cold drinks and snacks for you. And there's a bathroom that you can use on the back porch.
Important to make sure that you get here early. Earlier the better, because that hill just gets bigger and bigger as that sun comes out. So recommend getting here early.
Okay, we're ready here. I'm gonna show you 3 different scenarios about what we're talking about. We need to always have, when we do cut at an angle. We don't care if it's in or out or up or down. It has to be at an angle, and that the stem that you're cutting needs to be 4.5 to 5 feet long. I know you don't need them that long for your bouquets, but you can trim them up. In order to have a good, strong stem that you do need for your bouquets, you want stems like this. And that only happens when they're cut way down here and then are allowed to grow up. If they're not cut, you end up with stems like this. This one should have been cut down here last year or the year before. So this is what it produced instead. This one was cut down there, and look what a beautiful long stem that is. This one is kind of halfway in between. If you look at this, again, it should be cut now down here. There's bumps along these stems. You can see them easier on the new growth, but on the old growth you can see them or feel them. And you just cut just above it at an angle, always, either direction, but at an angle. And that ought to do it. It'll keep your stems coming back. Beautiful for your bouquets for years.
Keep them from growing too tall. You don't want them too tall, or else you won't be able to. You have to pick them on a ladder. You don't want to do that.
Okay, that's it. So we're going to cut this one. You have to kind of pull them out of here sometimes.
So you can get a better look at it.
Get a better look at it, and you can see where the bumps are. They're pretty easy. Once you start doing this, they're very easy to see. So you just, they're everywhere.
Stick the clippers all the way in there, cut it at an angle.
Cut it at an angle, and that's it.
And then you can see down here on the cut, you see the little bumps right there below it. So that'll be good growth for next year. That way they won't grow too long, and you get nice long flexible stems.
That's it.
So for these short ones that are only a couple feet and then they go right into some old wood, they actually need, the bumps are a little harder to find on here, but you can feel them on there. Right there.
Might be easier to use the bigger clippers.
And it might be easier to use the bigger lobbers, but I'll try to just show you real quick. At an angle, 4 or 5 feet long. Got it.
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect.
And another quick thing too is that when you're cutting the lilacs, you want to make sure that you're turning and dropping them with the lilacs facing towards the lilac bush, so that way it's easier for the pickers to just come by and pick them all up. Watch out for cats and lilacs.